Depression is feeling of sadness and feeling down, but there's different degrees of it.
Losing interest in hobbies, other activities, major changes in like sleep, as well as changes in eating habits are a couple of the major symptoms that you see in like high school students.
Like a black hole that you're kind of stuck in and you can't get out of it. And you're just trapped and you're screaming, but nobody's there to help.
Where some days I'd be a crying mess, or then the next day I just wouldn't feel anything, I couldn't do anything, and then some days I'd just be so shut off that it's hard to get through a school day.
Again, like there are some days where like I just don't want to get out of bed. You can be in a room full of people and feel like alone.
It's a pretty serious issue that's bigger than just a feeling. It affects the way we learn. If somebody's feeling depressed, they can be often like secluded and lost like in themselves and not really like going out towards others. They need help with something, they don't fully understand something, and they're not like communicating with anyone else because they're too depressed, so they're not getting the help they need to succeed.
Well, the number one purpose of schools is to educate students, and that's the whole child. We focus on the academic part, but we also want to have the social and emotional part of a child taken care of as well.
There is some data that shows that rates of depression and anxiety have increased by nearly a third from 2005 to 2014. Even locally, some of our agencies that survey our youth in schools and collect that data have identified that there's an increase in self-reporting of symptoms of depression. Numbers about the increase are consistent across the board between national data and also what we're seeing locally.
I think one of the major reasons is the use of social media. I think it puts a lot of pressure on people who are younger.
When you see something like online and then you like think like you have to become that, you have to mount to that, it definitely takes a toll on like your mental health.
Like school and wanting people to go to college and all that different stuff, and we have so much going on in our lives, even outside of school, that sometimes all of that piled on just makes it 10 times worse. A lot of teens don't know how to tell people that they're going through.
It shouldn't be normalized, but it should be normal to talk about them.
When we talk about youth and adolescence, we're really talking about how do we start to intervene earlier? How do we start to move toward a prevention effort? Because that's where we want to strive to be, is how can we reach a point where we don't have to have a conversation like this?
We need to be the community that steps up and says, we hear you.